It's your boy Girl here, back another video, and today I got another video, guys. Man, today we're gonna be back with TOP season 48 best teams, guys. So you guys know, you guys do every new season. We talk about the best teams that can easily get you the best points in terms of securing that 1KCC. And then after that, we do the Boss 1 walkthrough, and then we do the Boss 2 walkthrough. So I just want to show you guys where we placed in the last season and everything. So we did get the 1KCC. We did finish in the top cut. I just want to show you guys the placement that I was in. So when the game wants to load up and everything, I can show you guys that. So, and I also want to get in more depth in terms of the intro before we show off the 4 teams for this video. So we go to the past ranking last season. We was in 3,091, so 116 mil, 3,000. We got easily 1KCC. Regen gets it done. You guys know Regen is my main team and all that good stuff. So yeah, we got it there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it right there. Now, in terms of stuff that you need to know about TOP, I highly recommend, if you guys are gonna rock Regen, because that's what I use for my TOP guys. You guys are gonna try to rock Regen for TOP. I highly suggest that you guys get them to friendship, get all the Regen units to friendship rank 10. Now, friendship rank 10 is definitely a tedious grind to do, but if you want to get friendship rank 10, what you can do to help get you to friendship rank 10 super easy is, one, go to this equipment here. If you do have Z medals, this will help you out a ton. So you go to Z medals, you go to other, get this equipment here. It helps with friendship points per whatever stage you do, you get extra friendship points, so that helps you level up faster. And the 2 stages that helps you get friendship rank points really quickly is the Let's Fight, which I already completed it. And if you already complete your Let's Fight, then this stage in particular is going to help you get the most friendship rank out of all of them. So you go here, go to part 6, go to book 1 chapter 8, and just play this stage non-stop. It's a tedious grind, but that's basically the second best alternative to it. So that, I also got that out the way, and I also want to talk about equipments for TOP. So you guys do know that there is TOP equipments. So you got to go to the Rare Metal Exchange shop, and then go to TOP, and you guys can get all the TOP equipments, so you guys can get extra defense, extra attack, extra health, and everything like that. And I definitely do recommend getting some TOP equipment, because it does help out. You're helping your units tank more, deal more damage. Can't really complain about that. So get these TOP equipment as well. And before you start the TOP walkthrough, like even before you even complete your first stage, equipment, apply the equipments before it. So because once you start the paths, you won't be able to go in and change your equipment. So you got to make sure everything is set before stuff starts. So make sure you guys have friendship rank 10. Make sure you guys put your equipment on before you start it, because you can't put your equipment during the middle of the lesson. The only time you're able to change your equipment is when you go to the yellow spots and everything. So I think I got everything out the way. I know it's a long intro, but I just wanted to definitely emphasize on those 2 points. Definitely get the friendship rank 10. I definitely highly recommend it, bro. You're just gonna help with your stats in terms of friendship rank 10, and then get TOP equipments and set them before you actually start the TOP stage climb, because you won't be able to change it unless you go to these yellow spots here. That's the only time for you to change your equipments and put equipments on. So yeah, I got the intro then. Let's talk about the top 4 teams, and I'm gonna catch you guys there. Okay, so for the first team that we're actually going to talk about in terms of being the best team to use, we're going to talk about my main team, Regen. You know what I'm saying? Regen is just that team, bro. They're just that team. So from this, we want to check out the Z tier units, and then we're going to plan accordingly. So looking at the Z tier units, you guys are going to literally see me like pick up my whole Regen team in general. So looking at the Z tier units, we literally can put 3 good Z tier units on our team. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't have a Mega, and I'll show you guys replacements for EX Omega Shenron. But for me, I have Omega, so I'm going to use Omega. He's a Z tier unit. Yellow Slug is actually pretty solid as well, and then Nail. So what I'm actually going to do is take out Purple DKP, put in EX Nail, and then we're going to go to the S tier units. We're going to see who's in the S tier. So the S tier units, we probably have Green Baby, we have Red Buhan. So I'm probably going to keep Red Buhan. But if you guys don't have Red Buhan, I'm actually going to show you guys the turn-ups for Blue EX Omega and then Red Buhan. I know Red Buhan and Omega are pretty difficult units to pull. So I'm gonna show you guys the turn-ups for there. But since I do have them, I'm going to keep them on there. And then for my A tier units, should I keep in Piccolo, Yellow Piccolo? I might keep in Yellow Piccolo. Not gonna lie to you, I might keep in Yellow Piccolo. And yeah, I think I'm gonna keep Yellow Piccolo. I might keep Yellow Piccolo just for the triple HP health, right? Like we have Fat Boo, we have Super Baby 2, and then we have him. So I might actually keep in Yellow Piccolo. I might change him out just in case. I might have to scope my TOP route and see if we're facing a lot of reds. If we don't face that many reds, and I'm actually gonna bring in this Piccolo. So we'll see. But it's either gonna be him, it's either gonna be this green first form cell, Cryhon. Those are probably the 3 units that I'm thinking about in terms of the A tier and stuff. And then we're gonna keep Fat Boo and Super Baby 2 because they're must-haves. They're must-haves. Like for Fat Boo, get him to Zenkai 1 if you can. Like you need him at Zenkai at least. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much gonna be my setup right here. This is probably gonna be the setup that I rock, but I might change some stuff. But this looks like the setup that I'm gonna rock. So if you guys are looking for a good alternative for Blue EX Omega, I recommend having this guy. I think these are the 3 units that you can have good replacement. I'll say EX Evil Boo, just because he's an S tier right now. He does have high blast damage and debuffs, which is pretty cool. So EX Evil Boo, he's easy Zenkai, EX Zenkai. If you don't have him, then I'll say Blue Kamiklo over Slug because he's a blast based unit. So I'll probably go with Blue Kamiklo Zenkai. If you don't have him, then I'll do Zenkai Slug. That'll be the 3rd option. And if you don't have Zenkai Slug, then you can go with Blue Blue Tanks, he's guaranteed a blue card every turn, every stage that he does. He does guarantee a blue card like the first turn, which is really nice, but his defense is pretty bad. But everything else about him is alright. So I'll probably go EX Evil Boo just because he's an S tier unit. Then if you want to play it safe though, I'll go with Blue Kamiklo North Slug. And then Blue Tanks as your last. Now for Red Buhan, I'll actually go Red Piccolo. I think Red Piccolo is probably the best unit because he is an A tier unit all the time. I'll probably go with Red Piccolo. If not him, then I'll go with Red Metal Cooler because he can actually heal himself every single turn. Then after that, I'll go with Red Janemba because he's an A tier unit. And then if you want to play it safe, you could go with Red 21, but the problem is that Red 21 is in C tier, so you're not going to get no bonus points for her. So I'll probably just go with Red Piccolo. I think I'll go with Red Piccolo, Red Metal Cooler, and then Red Janemba. And if you don't, you could just go with this Red Cell as well. So those are like the top 4 options for Red Buhan for sure. So those are your replacements for EX Omega and Red Buhan. So we got that out the way. That's feel like it's going to be the best region. This is the setup I'm probably going to use. So let's hop into the next team. Alright, so for the next team we're actually going to talk about, that's going to be Frieza Force. Now, we're actually in Z tier, right? We're in Z tier, and look how many Frieza Force members there are. So you guys know they have a lot of these EX units and everything like that. And yeah, you can rock these EX, you can rock like a Ginyu Force, but a lot of people might not be able to know how to really use the Frieza Force like that, the EX Ginyu Force, because they are EX units, low stats and all that good stuff. So if you do want to have a solid Frieza Force team, I would say take advantage of this guy, Green Raditz, and then this Purple Frieza. I know this Purple Frieza is pretty much rare for a lot of you guys because, you know, his banner and stuff like that, he's not really in no return banner besides him and Goku Black. So having these guys would be pretty nice. If we go to the S tier units, we can take a look here. Let's actually take these guys out. Let's take all these region guys out. I'll actually probably put in Blue Nappa. I think Blue Nappa is really solid. I'll actually probably put in, let me actually take a look at this guy's ability. He does heal himself by 2%. He does give support to allied Frieza Force and Ginyu Force. So I actually put in this Ginyu right here. And then we can go to A tier. So you have multiple Z's and S. Taking a look here, you could put in Rowberry. I think Rowberry is pretty solid because he has endurance. He can actually heal himself. That's pretty nice after each turn. So you got some type of survivability. And then right here, let me go to B tier. B tier, I might actually put in Revival Frieza. Now the reason why I put in Revival Frieza is you guys see here to his Frieza Force and LOE people on his left or right side, he actually heals by 2%, and he's a revival unit and he has debuffs. So I think this would probably be like some type of setup that I'll rock. And if you don't have Rowberry, you could probably put in this Vegeta here because he does heal himself after receiving some hits. He does heal himself, so that's pretty nice. If you don't have this Ginyu, you could probably go down and use this Frieza here just because of the support buff. So you can probably take him out just to be more secure. Maybe you don't have this Frieza, so you probably do purple Frieza, and then you can probably do something like this guy right here. I think this guy is also pretty solid because he actually heals himself at turn 3, I believe. Yeah, he heals himself by 10%. So if you want to just be a little bit more safe, rock a little bit of some more B tier units. You do have 2 Z tier units here. You do have 2 S tier units. You have a B tier unit, and then you do have, you have what, 3 B tier units, and then you have some Z tier units and S tier. So you have a pretty solid team right here. So some type of Frieza Force setup like this will be pretty solid for sure. So all of them are Sparkings too. Besides that Rowberry, you can definitely, like I said, you can change Rowberry up for somebody else if you want to, but take him out for maybe purple Ginyu, EX Ginyu, or the blue Frieza, something like that. But just Frieza Force just has so many units that you can choose from. So you feel me? You can really be, you have a lot of different varieties that you can do. But Frieza Force is definitely a pretty solid team because of the Z tier boost, S tier boost, and all that good stuff. So some type of Frieza Force team like this. Let's hop into the next team. Okay, so for the next team, we're actually going to do GT. We're actually going to talk about GT because GT actually has a lot of Z tier units too. So we're going to go to GT. Let's take the Z tier units. To take the ZT units, there's actually 4 units that's actually pretty solid. So GT is going to be pretty difficult for a lot of people because if you do have Majub and Omega Shenrons, like they're literally must-have units for them, bro, because their kits are amazing and they're in Z tier. So they're must-have units. And if you look at the other Z tier units, I'll say some other solid Z tier units is actually going to be this yellow Shenron, this yellow Shen, and then this blue Shen. Now the reason why this blue Shen is pretty solid is he literally supports his team by 20% for 2 turns. So you're just doing extra damage, which is pretty solid. And then if you want to look at units to fill them in, you got to go with Super Baby 2. Super Baby 2 is healing the team up. Can't never go wrong with Super Baby 2. And then if you actually take a look here, right, this is actually the C tier units. We go to B tier, we can actually rock this purple Goku here. This purple Goku is pretty solid because he does heal himself by 2% each turn, so that's really nice. He has some way of healing himself. And then if you want to look at somebody else, taking a look at the team, you have multiple, you have 3 blues, you have a red, so maybe you want to look at a green unit. So you can go with this green baby Vegeta right here. This green baby Vegeta, you guys know I rock him all the time. He heals himself, he gives support to the people that's above him in this first 3 rows, the 3 rows above him. So pretty solid. He gives support. You guys see here, hold on, I think it's here. Yeah, he gives support and he heals himself at each turn, so you can't go wrong with that. So probably put green baby Vegetas like this, something like this. Now if you don't have red Oob or EX Omega, what you can do is you can take Oob out, put in this red GT Goku, and then for Omega you can probably put in ice, something like this. You can probably put in ice or some type of setup like this, for example. So yeah, probably something like this. This probably will be like a setup I'll have if I don't have EX Oob or Shenron. Probably some type of GT setup like this, for example. I think this team is pretty solid. You do have healing, you do have some heavy hitters there, pretty solid. So some team like this, but the best setup for GT is if you do have Omega and Oob. I'll rock some setup like this, for example. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it with GT. Like I said, get them all the friends for rank 10, get their equipments and all that good stuff, and you should be good to go. So you guys see Super Baby 2 is going to be Zenkai buffing the Shin and the Omega because they're both blue GT. And you just have these other units that's pretty solid as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this GT setup. If you don't really feel confident in that yellow Shin right here, you can actually go to A tier and you could rock either this Vegeta right here. You could rock this Vegeta or this this Nova, which is pretty solid. So if you don't really feel confident in this yellow, you can do this. Or if you don't feel confident in Nova, you can actually switch Nova and then put in Oob just to be a little bit more on the safe side. So you still have 2 Z tier units, and actually 3 Z tier units, but you have Oob here providing support, I believe, and he does heal himself at turn 5. So if you want to play a little bit more safe, you can put in yellow Oob instead of the yellow Shin. So something like this. You have literally this unit that's healing, Super Baby 2, you have Oob that's healing, you have Green Baby Vegeta, you have Purple Goku that's healing. So you have multiple units that can heal, and you're also getting some Z tier units, some S tier units, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's probably going to be some type of GT setup that I'll probably rock for this season 48, TOP season 48. And let's hop into the last team, and that's going to be it with this video. And so for the last team I'm going to recommend is going to be Saiyans. Now Saiyans is going to be pretty similar to like Frieza Force because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of Saiyans in that's a part of the Frieza Force tag, that's part of the Z tier and stuff. So you're going to see some Frieza Force Saiyans in here as well. Now there's also some other teams that you guys can rock, but I'm just looking at units that's really viable in Z tier, and that's how I'm building like the best teams for these guys. So yeah, you could probably rock hybrids and future and android or whatever, but I'm just looking at the Z tier units, seeing like where are the best units from Z tier, and then I build the teams off that. That's how I build these best teams for certain seasons. So Saiyans has a lot of variety. You guys see there's so many Saiyans, but let's actually just, you know, break it down. So let's actually go here, let's take these guys out. And I'll probably say the best Z tier units for Saiyan is actually going to be this guy. The reason why I like this guy is because at the end of second turn, he heals people on your left and your right by 5% and gets them damage inflicted. So I feel like he's a really solid Z tier unit for Saiyans. I don't think he does buff Saiyans, right? No, he just does Frieza Soccer, unfortunately. But his regular Z ability, his regular unique abilities help with TOP in terms of survivability. I'll probably go with the Green Radish because he's just a solid sparking unit. The fact that he's in Z tier kind of helps him out a ton. And if I was to put another unit in here, I'll probably put in this Goku. Maybe, let me see. You know, you could put in this Goku. He helps with Frieza Force. I'll probably put him as my last Z tier unit. If you want to put in another Z tier unit, that's the person I kind of feel the most confident in, these three units from Z tier. And then let's go to S tier. So taking a look at S tier units, you have a lot of units in S tier that's pretty solid too. I'll probably say this Purple Turles is pretty solid because he actually heals himself by 5% at the end of second turn. He does extra damage to Sun Fam Saiyans, so probably going to be facing a lot of Saiyans throughout this whole TOP path and everything. So having Turles will be pretty solid here. Next, I'll actually put in Blue Nappa. I think Blue Nappa is actually really solid. He has debuffs. He does a lot of damage. I think he's really good as well. Next, I'll actually put in this Red Turles. The reason why I like this Red Turles is pretty solid is at the end of third turn, he heals us up by 10%. He has a lot of debuffs to the enemies as well if he's facing certain Saiyans and all that good stuff. His Z ability even helps with Saiyans. So I'll probably put this Red Turles here. And then if you want to put another unit in here, you can honestly put in, let me see if I can think of any unit right here. You can actually play it safe and put in this Yellow Vegeta. Where are you at, Yellow Vegeta? You can put in this Angel Vegeta. The reason why this Angel Vegeta is pretty solid is because at the end of third turn, he heals all your allies by 3% and gives them damage inflicted buffs. So you just have someone that's a little bit more healing as well. You can never go wrong with this. So talk a Saiyan setup like this. This is kind of just a Saiyan build that I thought through over my head. But let's go to the S tier. If you don't really want to rock this guy, I know a lot of guys don't have this guy, the Saiyan in red, because he's literally like time locked. So if you don't have this guy, and you probably want to find like a pretty good replacement for him, maybe this Red Goku will be pretty solid. He will be pretty solid. Let me see. We do have a yellow, we do have a purple, we have a green, we have a blue. You could actually go and just stay with this Baby Vegeta. The Baby Vegeta is pretty solid. Like I said, like he heals us up by 3% and he gives allies support damage on top of him. So you could just play it safe and rock this green Baby Vegeta here. Anybody else I feel like is pretty solid. I feel like those are really the solid units that I probably feel comfortable with, not gonna lie to you. This guy, he has low, I mean, I haven't got low stars, but I think this guy's pretty solid, but he provides support for certain tags that's not Saiyan related, so I probably wouldn't rock him. Let me go to A tier. Let me just see if there's anybody else that kind of like just reminds, that's pretty solid. I think this Green Kaba is pretty good too. He heals himself at the end of a certain turn, but like I said, he only buffs greens and Robert Universe, so his Z ability kind of hurts the team. So I'll probably stick with, like I said, I'll probably go with the Red Ginyu. If not Red Ginyu, then you go with the S tier unit like Green Baby Vegeta, and I feel like that's pretty solid too. So yeah, that's pretty much it this video. Saiyans, GT, Regen, Frieza Force, I feel like those are the top teams. If I can see any teams that you can kind of build your team off of, let me actually take a look before we wrap this video up. Do I need to actually make another video on another team? Probably movies. I'll probably say you can probably build a pretty strong movies team. I can't really think of any ZT unit that really sticks out for me for movies, but I'll probably say movies for sure. But I think those are the 4 teams I'm going to do, and I'm pretty much going to wrap this video up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what team you guys are going to rock. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. I'll be sure to help you guys out. And let's get this easy 1K CC, bro. You know, every season it's been easy, bro. So I'm gonna rock Regen, and I'll catch y'all Saturday for the Boss 1 TLP Season 48. So like, comment, subscribe, and real man. I'm out. Peace.